This is Doc Erik. Welcome to my YouTube neighborhood, the channel where we give you mindset tips and body set tips to take with you not only throughout today's video, but also later in life as well. Today we're going to be talking about doctor-patient interaction and in terms of accessibility, and we want to address some of those topics, so let's just jump in. So because of what's going on currently in our world, we're seeing a lot of doctors and a lot of patients interacting online, right? The whole telemedicine thing. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity because it allows people who are concerned about going outside or facilities that may want to minimize patient-to-patient contact, we're able to establish this communication. So you're talking through a lens, but you're still able to interact with and help the individual on the other end, which is really, really cool. So what we want to talk about today is we want to talk about doctor-patient interaction and in terms of accessibility versus being a doormat. Depending upon the healthcare profession you're in, whether that's a physical therapist, for example, or a chiropractor like myself, what you want to do is you always want to make sure that you have a window of accessibility to your patients in terms of how they can interact with you. Now this can change depending on the platform that you prefer to use. Some people are very, very strong on Instagram. Some people like Facebook in terms of Facebook Live and generating content and having personal groups. And other places they like to put their content up is on channels like this, which is YouTube. And there's also people that are doing podcasts as well. So as a healthcare professional, I feel like it's our duty to have a responsibility to be accessible to our patients. And what we want to do is we want to put that in a medium that allows us to help them without them bombarding us with too many questions too often at the time, because as we all know, we're all busy people. We all have family responsibilities within our own worlds. We want to make sure that we defend those boundaries so that the patients know that they need to respect our privacy and our autonomy, but they also need to know that they can reach out whenever they have a question or a concern. Most therapists and healthcare providers, when they allow themselves to be accessible to their clientele, they usually do this to their established patients and their established clients. Typically, you're not going to be very forthcoming with somebody who you've never evaluated or you've never worked with, even if it happens to be a referral from someone else that you know, because you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and you're not giving them advice based upon a conversation over the phone. You need to make sure that they're properly evaluated before you can actually help them with their concerns, right? So that's number one. Number two, you also want to create an environment where you know that your patients can reach out to you and know that they're going to get somewhat of a prompt reply, usually within maybe 12 hours or 24 hours. And what this does is this helps to build and establish your credibility and trust, as well as build confidence in the patient to know that they can reach out and know that they're not going to be hung out to dry, especially if they're in a painful situation. And sometimes you'll find in the therapy world that your patients may reach out to you not exclusively for pain or limited range of motion or some sort of pain due to an event, but sometimes they're actually looking out and reaching out to you for performance-based therapy. So these could be individuals that come in with minimal pain, but they're actually looking for enhanced performance and function. So these are fun patients to work with because they're already doing their homework in terms of taking care of their body, and now what they're doing is they're asking you and they're picking your brain to see what other things that they can do to be responsible with their bodies in order to help to maintain and improve function. So this is where it gets really, really exciting when you work with patients from any gamut, whether it's somebody who's in a lot of pain or somebody who's trying to optimize their function and performance, is you're able to reach out and help them in both scenarios. So the mindset tip and the body set tip for today's video is if you are a current patient of any practice and you have a working relationship with your therapist and they allow you to reach out, go ahead and use whatever medium or platform that they've established for you. Some people it's good old school phone call, sometimes it's an email, but now as we're starting to get more into the digital age, we're seeing it's going to take more of a visual medium such as what we're doing here. So if you personally have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything that's going on in your body, and if you're an established patient of mine, you know how to get a hold of me as always. But if you're someone who needs a helping hand, go ahead and look into your local area and find the therapist that you've worked with in the past or someone who a friend has recommended. Reach out to them, establish yourself as a patient, and go and get the help that your body needs. So there we have it. We talked about being accessible to patients from a doctor-patient relationship and a patient-doctor relationship. I hope this is helpful for you. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. I love it when we get new visitors to our channel. It helps this channel grow, and it also helps me generate better content so that you guys can learn a little bit more as well. And always, until next time, stay healthy.